put ourselves in that place of the center of the story rather than Christ at the center of the story, that's when we have our first fundamental shift.
How do we reform a culture that needs Christ in it, but maybe doesn't even know that they do? How is your heart going to be ready to serve other people?
I think we don't disagree well. We're so sure that we're right that we can't even conceive that we might have to be open to hearing what the other person is saying.
When I look at the way that Christians compete, it doesn't look a whole lot different from the way everyone else does. People jump right into what I should be doing without considering why we should be doing it.
Our students are going to be prepared to go out and do something about those things that are concerning to us as we think about what the world may look like.
We have a compelling educational venture ahead of us, but we also have these goals, these 3 areas of focus that Dort has set before us. To raise the bar, to do everything with excellence for Christ. To ready the heart, to make sure that as we go out and do our work, that it's not about us, to say, we give this back to you, Lord. And then to reform the culture, to go out into every area of life and to participate in what Christ is doing through his resurrection.
We talk about them raising the bar in their career and setting a high standard for what a Christian graduate looks like.
To me, that's the bedrock of honoring God, is why do you do it and then how do you do it? And at the end of the day, it should look different than the way other people do it.
When I see our faculty getting the National Science Foundation, National Institutes of Health, and using those to improve the educational quality for our students, that's an example of raise the bar.
It's a completely different game when you're a fantastic Christian nurse, or if you graduate as a social worker who has their faith at the center of everything they do. We want our students to think about how is your life going to impact those around you.
We've been working in online education, so they can do a particular kind of internship. Those are really exciting opportunities, and I think those are things that also just raise the bar academically for what our students are able to do going out into the community.
There's a lot of intentionality at Dort when it comes to readying the heart of our students. We're training their hearts to look at success in life from a much bigger standpoint than just what are the outcomes.
And if people sense how you're doing your work and why you're doing your work, they just might want to come to know Christ through you.
We encourage them to think beyond themselves, whether it's in your workplace, in your neighborhood. How is your heart going to be ready to serve other people?
Making those choices for themselves in an environment like Dort College, I think really forms them spiritually in ways that matter and provides them wisdom that works.
It's not just preparing students for the work, it's preparing them to transform culture. Because of the faith they have in Christ, they're going to have an impact, not just in their workplace, but in the world.
Dort strives to encourage our students to reform the culture, showing what we think needs to be changed and being the first one to make that change when everybody else seems a little too scared to do it.
Students who go out from this place aren't just impacting North America, but they're going around the world. They're transforming the culture of the places where they land.
That's really what we're calling our students to do, is to go out and bring Christ-centered renewal to all areas of life and be salt and light, bring hope to places of brokenness and darkness, and that as we bring things into the light, others may come to know Christ and to serve him.
As we pursue raising the bar, as we pursue readying the heart, and as we pursue reforming the culture, we're asking them to consider why. And as they engage with the real world, it's having a profound impact.
The students we have here are different. They put a priority on growing in their faith. They're here to learn. They're here to grow. They are here to honor the Lord. It gives me hope and it gives me confidence that we have a lot of students who are capable of doing really big things.